Welcome back. In this video, we'll be looking at one of the most commonly used data types, the integer. So the integer is simply used to store a whole number. An example is int I is equal to 5. So let's open up JShell and create an integer. So the way that we create it is int, and then the name of the integer. Let's just call this one I for integer. And now we have to give it a value. Let's give it a value of 2. So int I is equal to 2. And we always have to add a semicolon at the end. So I is now equal to 2. And if you type in I and press enter, it shows you that the value of I is 2. And we can now do several different operations with I, such as I plus 5, which is 7, or I times 10, which is 20, or I minus 1, which is 1, and so on. Let's create another integer. So int, and let's call this one j, and this time let's give it a value of 5. So j is equal to 5. And now we can add the two integers, so I plus j, and that's 7, or we could multiply them, or any of the other operations. We can also compare the values of different integers. So in Java, to compare two values, you use two equal signs, so I equals j, and it returns false, because I is not equal to j. I is equal to 2, and j is equal to 5. And JShell also has a way to see what the maximum possible value of an integer is. So to do that, we type integer dot max underscore value in all capitals. So it is this number, which is about 2 billion. And so the integer can store a wide range of values. We'll be using the integer a lot in this course, so I recommend you memorize how to create one. So remember, it's int, and then the name. Let's call this one number. And if you don't give it a value when you create it, the value will be 0 by default. So let's change the value of number to be 10. And so that is how we create an integer. So that's all for this video, and I'll see you back here in the next video, where we'll be looking at some other data types.